Here are some books that made me want to close my eyes while I was reading them, but I somehow still couldn't put them down. If you're sensitive to anything, make sure you check trigger warnings for these, okay? You've been warned. Imagine waking up one day on a surgical table and you've been stitched back together with pieces of other people's dead bodies. And not only that, but you just found out that you were in an accident with your son where he didn't survive, and the only way you did is because you were stitched together by some crazy lunatic scientist. And now you're walking around like Frankenstein on a revenge mission to avenge your son's death. Imagine being at your complete wit's end and you decide to unalive yourself, only to wake up in the most terrifying, god-awful place that you could possibly imagine, and this place is called the Black Farm. Trust me, not even the vilest of imaginations can come up with the shit that you're gonna read in here. Imagine coming home from college to hang out with your childhood best friend. You're drinking, you're smoking, you're having a good time, when you hear somebody crying for help, and you make the mistake of trying to be a hero. This is still the #1 craziest shit I have ever read. Imagine you're a lady of the night. You get invited to this disgusting hotel by one of your customers, where he proceeds to tell you a number of crazy stories, all leading up to the most vile event that you could possibly imagine. I was not prepared for what this man planned to do. And trust me, there's no way in hell that you're about to guess this ending. Imagine you're a door-to-door vacuum saleswoman. You find an isolated house in the middle of nowhere and you decide to go knock on these people's door, only to be greeted by a person who keeps their house looking like this and ends up kidnapping you and making you look like that. Imagine you and your brother having an amazing childhood up until your mom dies. Your dad is a complete mess and he leaves you in the hands of your crazy deranged uncles, who use you and your brother for the most disgusting things that you could imagine. But when you grow up, you go back to seek revenge. Although it was very graphic, I really enjoyed this one. Imagine your daughter being kidnapped and used in human trafficking. But you're crazy and you're not about to let the law handle this. So you go on a mission to find the people that are responsible and unalive everyone in the most gruesome, satisfying way possible. The first couple of chapters are really hard to get through, but trust me, when you get to the nitty-gritty, you're really gonna love it. This book was surprisingly very, very good. So we all know who Jeffrey Epstein is, right? I'm pretty sure this is the kind of stuff he was up to.